What is the content for me to understand? What is the content of my understanding? What do I want to understand? Yes, but I think before this, I would say, I want to understand existence. How do we know that we want to understand existence? As soon as a kid, as soon as a child starts speaking, what do? They ask questions regarding everything. What is this? Fan. For what? Air. What is air? So they just ask question, and by questioning they want to go to the core of what? Existence. But what happens as a parent? What do? Please stop. It seems like since the morning, like my son is 4-year-old, he just asks questions regarding everything. Here comes the time I say, please shut your mouth. Because it seems like you just keep on asking. 7 a.m. you started asking question, it's 10 a.m., 3 hours. Stop, I'm having headache now. Or we send them to school. Your teachers are going to answer, and they go to the school like the small kid, ready with a lot of questions. What is this? A fan. For what? Air. What is air? Very smart. Teacher says, very smart, but not in this class. In this class, we're going to have a set syllabus, which is A for apple, B for bat, C for cat. Kid says, no, I want to know what is air. Teacher says, no, in the higher classes. So straight away, we get disconnected from the process of teaching and learning. The kid is already there to understand what is air. But just because we are not having the idea how to make this kid understand what is air, we think or we say to them, you're not ready yet. The kid is ready. We need to create or develop that terminology so we can help that kid to understand what is air. But just because we are less, we are insufficient, we are inadequate in our ways of explaining what is air, we say, you're not ready yet. And that leads to what? Inferiority complex to some of the kids, because I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. So existence, think about existence. Anytime you think about existence, what do you think about it? Is it an orderly functioning unit or randomly functioning unit? Existence, whatever we know in the name of existence, is it orderly functioning unit or randomly functioning unit? This is something what happens always in philosophy classes. So how many of you think it's order? How many of you think it's random? And how many of you still trying to locate what are we doing in this room? Okay, so random or order. According to hypothesis again, and you need not to accept it, it's a orderly functioning unit. But it appears to be random sometime. So there is a term in thermodynamics called entropy. Have you heard about this one? And what it is? Entropy is a stream of study in which we're trying to study what? The randomness of something. So randomness we're trying to study under what? Entropy. But is it really possible for us to study randomness? We can only study an order, we can't study the randomness because it changes. It never allows you to understand it because then only it's random. We can only study the order. So anytime we use this term called entropy and we try to understand what is randomness, that means we have a hypothesis even in science that nothing is random. Because then only we can study it. Then only we can study it. So what is random? What appears to be random is just that aspect of existence what we haven't understood yet. So existence is big. Some part of it we have understood it. We call it order. But some part of it we haven't understood it yet. Even with a lot of development in science, still there are many aspects of existence we haven't understood. And that appears to be random. But hypothesis of yoga says existence is an orderly functioning unit and we can only study order, we can't study the randomness. But what defines an order? I'm going to ask questions regarding everything, it seems. So what defines an order? What makes order an order? Yes.
That it abides to laws.
What is the law? What is the most fundamental law? Okay, just make it easy or simple. Order is an order only if it helps a bigger order and smaller order around it. Order is an order only when it helps bigger order and smaller order. So let's see it within this organism, because we are here to study the self, somebody said. So let's study the self at the level of body. And what is the most fundamental structure of our body? Cell. How do we know that the cell is functioning orderly in the moment? What is the order of the cell? Yes. Nicely said. But what is the definition of it? Only when the cell helps tissue. Only when the cell helps the tissue, which is nothing but a bundle of cell, we call it an order. Tissue, when it starts helping what? Organs. We call it order. Only when the organ helps the system, we call it the order. Only when the system, they come together and helps what? The organism, we call it the order. What is the next level? So this is one human being. What is the next level? Nicely said. So when this individual starts helping family and friends, I would say, family and friends, that means your peripheral. We all want to, like, the thing is, charity always starts within the family, isn't it? There are people, they just go far to help people, but it seems like the people close by, they're still struggling. But it's hard for me to talk to my mom, it's hard for me to talk to my father, it's hard for me to talk to my wife, but I want to help the whole world. It's not going to work. I think I just need to help only those 10 to 15 or 20 people maximum. There is a possibility that on my Facebook account there are 1,000 friends, but are they really my friends? Friends are those whom I stay with on a regular basis, physically, not virtually. Physically, not virtually. And I think they are not more than 10, 15, 20 people. Or the close one, I would say only 3, 4, 5. Not even 3, 4, 5. Only 2 people. Sometimes not even 2 people. Because nowadays we are missing that one person in our life to whom we can say that I am having no conflict, no complaint. Our relationships are filled with what? Conflicts and complaint and compromises. So that means there is a gap. And this gap, for sure, is the exhibition of the gaps within somewhere. Family, for sure, it's going to help the society, like this group of people, the way this group of people lives. It's going to make an impact over the society. It's a group of people again, it's a group of groups now. And then on top, here comes a bigger system. You may call it a country, a political system, or any other system in which there are many societies and many groups of people living. But here comes the time I start complaining about president is not good, prime minister is not good, politicians are not good, corporates are not good. That means what? Who makes this? Anytime I say I'm not experiencing health in the moment, I think I'm struggling here at the cellular level. And why it is happening? Because it seems like I haven't understood the order of existence yet. Because then only I'm struggling to live orderly. So I think the order of existence we must study where? This is supposed to be the job of our education system, isn't it? This is supposed to be the whole sole job of our education system. Our education system must help us in a way where we can at least know this much, how to stay healthy. This much supposed to come out through our education system. But there are people having big degrees, higher education, but they still don't know how to stay healthy. There are people PhD, doctorates, sometimes double doctorates, but they don't know how to deal a relationship with other human beings. They struggle emotionally, intellectually.